Yep. Off the phone with Cynthia from Scarborough Faire. Hello, Cynthia. I was about to buy a new shock for my left front side, and I got some good advice from her, so I figured I would show this off. I put this on the car knowing that at some point I would either replace it and or fix it or do something to it, but I'll just show you. Okay, not that you can tell too well, but there is something sticking off the end. Let me see, yeah, sticking off the end of this. Now you can tell. And there's the issue. At some point, somebody had put grease in this, and it shouldn't have grease in there at all. So I'm going to have to pull off this front plate, dig all that grease out of there, and fill it back up with hydraulic jack oil. I checked the other one over there, and it's good. And my dad used to work at a machine shop place a long time ago, and a few times I was allowed to go in there and accompany him. I love that smell. Yeah, the smell of grease and oil harks me back to my Navy days, of course, and my dad. And I might as well give you a kind of rundown of what I've done here. On the back of it is done, and it's going to look pretty nice. I've got all the dimples and rimples and so forth out. I'm working on this spot right here, and using my block, you can see where I've got nice and smooth, and this area here is ground down as much as it is on the paint, on the god dang it, this filler. A little bit of a low spot there that I'll fix and fill up, and you can see here definitely where there is an issue. Not an issue. I can put some more Bondo in there. I'm going to probably pound it up from the below portion, but this spot here, nice and bare metal from where I was sanding, and nothing there. And you can see there's quite an area there that needs to get filled up. Maybe what, 1/10 of an inch, a couple millimeters. But you'll definitely notice that when the paint goes on, you'll see a huge ripple, and it'll be very, very obvious. This is the stuff I actually enjoy doing. There's another low spot here, and I'll put a little bit more filler there. There's a low spot here, and again, you can tell by the difference in colors. Nice and pink, I guess you'd call it, and a little bit darker here where it's not been sanded down yet. That's a scar from when my Makita ate itself. More or less done here. Again, just some skimming. You can see where, let's see, yeah, there's a little bit of a bump in there. Where I've evened it out, I've got some of that to do. Not a lot of dip, but then that dip there. Yeah. And I've got some in here to do. Right there, really, on the edge. Although, no, I shouldn't. I was going to say it'll be covered by the grill, but I'm not going to get myself into that mindset. It won't be seen, therefore I don't need to fix it. I'm going to fix it. It's this stuff here I'm not going to touch, but this is good to go down through here. Again, you can kind of tell there's not a straight line, since there's a curve this way and a curve this way as it goes down, and compound curve feels like it's good. I've got some filler in here to put. You can see how little of it I'm actually putting in. This car doesn't have a whole lot of major body damage. if it did have body damage when it got hit a long time ago, 1970, you wouldn't be able to tell because it got hit in the left rear quarter, and you don't see any evidence of that, except in the frame where I repaired it. I've got a little bit of a ridge there I've got to fix. I've got a little bit of a ridge there I've got to fix. And some missing stuff in there. That'll come out with the right there. That area right there, it's a low spot, but that'll come out as I wet sand this primer coat. And yeah, let's see, what else have I done on this thing? That's it. So I just have the front portion. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say I've just got the front portion to finish, and then I'll be done. I can, go on to the next step. In reality, the next step is more or less what I've done here. I've found that I've got an issue I've got to fix, and that's not gonna be tough. Whoops. I've got to fix this issue, and as I wet sand this thing and get it ready for its, for the beginning stages of paint and all that other stuff, I'm gonna find more and more of these little bitty dimples and rimples and unobvious flaws that when it goes to paint and clear coat, it'll be glaringly obvious. So, aside from that, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I don't want to take off that goddamn shock, but I gotta do it, so I gotta do it. Yeah. Actually, I need to kind of pound this down, maybe down a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit high there, even from the back. Maybe you'd see it, maybe you wouldn't, but I don't want to chance that, so I may do some work on that. Yeah. Yeah. And then after I'm done with all of this, when I'm satisfied with the bodywork here, I'm going to cut off this entire lip and start over. I'm going to reattach it, re-weld it. I've got a little bit of work up in there to do, you can see. I'm going to bend that back up, and all of that needs to be straightened out somehow prior to me putting my my valence back on. I haven't touched that thing, I haven't done any work to it at all, except stripping it out. So there we go on that. Yeah, so some more work to do, but little bits and jumps and starts, that's normal for body work, and completely expected that. This came out really well though, except for this one part here. This came out really well. I like the way that it evened out. So there you go.